This mutation is called Death is Fleeting, and it is being played on Dead of Night. We have two mutators active. We have Just Die, and we have Void Reanimators. I do not mind this. Nova is using the Prestige, but if I switch players and there's only one person using Prestige, you will see a double of the same icon. That's what happens. I do not know why that happens, but that is what it is. But let's have a look at the masteries while the players get set up. Nova is a level 781 commander, going for the Griffin Airstrike cost reduction, the primary ability improvement, and Nova energy, and a little bit into the unit HP regeneration mastery. Abathur is a level 688 commander, and they have gone for a 22-8 split into the Toxic Nest Damage Mend Healing, Symbiote, and then a 20-10 split here. I believe this is a certain breakpoint that Abathur needs to hit to be able to get the ultimate value out of his Toxic Nests and get a little bit of nice balance as well with his Mend Healing. I think that is what the rationale is behind that. So Nova has gone for the Soldier of Fortune Prestige. So Soldier of Fortune Prestige basically means that if you build a certain kind of structure, production structure, first one that is completed will actually have a lower cooldown on its charges, and then the other ones will be a little bit higher. So we have a starport out here for Nova, which means Nova's starport will have the lower cooldowns, and they will be going for primarily an air unit-centric build here. Now, Abathur is very, very interesting on this mutation because there are a little bit of funky things that you can do with Void Reanimators, which will become very, very apparent in the near future in this game. But one of the things to note is that Void Reanimators will not spawn. The minimum time I think for a Void Reanimator to spawn is 2-minute mark. That's when the first one will spawn. But because no units have died, nothing will be spawning until an infested unit has actually died off in the mission. So, we may be expecting for its Void Reanimator to spawn maybe around 4 minutes and 15 seconds, which is when the infested will probably come around here. And you can see now we are dealing with a little bit of a Joker, and this Joker is being a little bit annoying, and is going to make its way towards these players' bases. And we'll have to be careful with how she chooses to engage this Joker, because if she goes in and tries to attack this Joker, the Joker will stun her, and will end up stun locking her. But we have a very nice snipe right on the Joker, and the Joker ends up dying, and this will cause the Void Reanimator to start Reanimators to start spawning. Abathur is already at his lair tech, and he has actually put down a Spine Crawler on the high ground over here. So this is one of the things you can do when you were playing this. We have a bunch of Vipers already in position, Vipers, and you might be wondering, why are there Vipers here? And if you have not seen the strategy, this is a very nice 500 IQ strategy you can do if you're playing Abathur. More reasons the Abathur is OP. But what you can do over here is you can put down a Spine Crawler near the northern side here. And if you were dealing with Hunterlings, this will stop the Hunterling from being able to jump on the high ground and start harassing your mineral line. So this is something you can do. So you can see what Abathur has done is that he started to yoink some of these Void Reanimators. Get back here! You're not going anywhere. And now he has used a drone to block this Void Reanimator. So if you remember that I have released a video on this YouTube channel about path blocking propagators and path blocking Void Reanimators, it's pretty much the same strategy here. He has basically trapped this Void Reanimator, and now all he has to do is wait for the other Void Reanimators to come in, and he is going to be trapping them as well. So this is something you can do. Look at this Void Reanimator, just stuck. I'm not sure what he can do. He wants to go somewhere, and he's not being allowed to. The bodyguard drone over here is saying, no, you are not allowed. And this guy's like, get back here. And another get back here. And now this other Void Reanimator is also stuck. So you can see Abathur is already building his nice Void Reanimator zone. He's starting taking a few tickets for people to come in and look at these Void Reanimators as they are being caged humanely, inhumanely. I'm not really sure. This is a drone sitting over here, but it is something you can do with Abathur, and unfortunately Nova does get hit by the Joker. Uses the tactical airlift to get out of position and unlock, or at least block the Joker, and now we have another yoinks from some more Vipers. He has to be a little bit careful with these Vipers because these Vipers will get caught by the Joker, but those are 3 out of the 4 Void Reanimators that are available or that can spawn on this map. So something to note about Void Reanimators is you can only have a maximum of 4 around on the map, and as long as you do not kill them, when you have your 4th Void Reanimator in this little prison over here, then you don't really have any issues with Void Reanimators, which means that this mission becomes so much easier to deal with. Now, there's something else to also note about Void Reanimators on this map, and that is when these infested units burn during the day and they die, the Void Reanimators will still spawn and they can resurrect these units. and these units will no longer burn once they have been resurrected by the Void Reanimator. So that is something to also note when you are playing this mission. So if you see a random trickle of Vesa, there you go, there's the other Void Reanimator, and the Vipers are like, get back here. You are not doing anything over here, and he's just going to start pulling up this Void Reanimator, and I think this is it. All 4 Void Reanimators are there. There's one Spire now that is being used to block this. There's an Evolution Chamber on the way, and this drone now is going to be just wondering what is going to be happening. But there we go. These 4 Void Reanimators have been trapped right now. He's pulled a drone over there as well. That's actually really clever. I was wondering like how he's gonna get the drone out, but he drops his drone, getting maximum value out of his army, and now this drone will go back and continue mining. And these Void Reanimators not going to be able to do anything. You have to be a little bit careful because you can see here this is one Locust is trying to aggro these Void Reanimators as well. But as long as you keep the stuff off, I like how the Void Reanimator actually got that one infested unit. That is actually really funny. But yeah, you have to be a little bit careful that you don't accidentally end up killing off these Void Reanimators. But this is it. There will no longer be any more Void Reanimators spawning on this map, and there will also no longer be a constant trail of infested that are going to be harassing your base for the course of the mission. As long as these Void Reanimators are still alive here, everything is good. Nova is going around and slowly clearing out the enemy bases. And I think what Nova is doing is just basically focusing down on the infested structures. Yeah, Nova is basically like focusing all of this down. There is a random Raven that is harassing some of these Banshees. These Banshees will be able to pick off these infested structures without really any problems whatsoever. Now Abathur can go back and do what he normally wants to do, which is slowly start teching up, getting some more of these upgrades. He's going for the Swarm Host upgrades as well, and we have now these bunch of Vipers who have done their jobs, and all is good. And yeah, I think what Abathur is doing is just making sure that he's not gonna get blindsided by a potential Hunterling spawn. Nova is over here with a bunch of Nova's used her Hollow Decoy here. And yeah, she's pushing on multiple fronts here. Secret Missile on this Banshee, and Banshee will get hit by that Secret Missile. I have to be a little bit careful because there's still enough energy for one more Secret Missile, which could end up killing off this Banshee. But Nova is going over here. This other Raven as well. It's just like it's just shadowing these 2 Banshees here, which means that they're going to be taking some damage. Unfortunately, one Banshee does get picked off. Second Banshee as well gets killed off by the detection that is being provided. And the enemy composition here is Classic Infantry, which is not too bad. Classic Infantry is okay. But you do have to be careful when you are dealing with carrying compositions, because it means on day number 3, you will start getting nuked. So you have to be a little bit careful over here. Nova's already on the front line, and she'll be able to hold this by herself without any issues. The only issue is the choker that might be able to stun lock her, so she'll have to be a little bit careful with that. But I think all is okay. Unit-wise, what do we have? We have 13 Swarm Hosts for Abathur. Those 2 Vipers are somewhere. Okay, they're just basically chilling over here right now. They've done their jobs. They are the MVPs of this mission by creating the Abathur Zoo over here with 4 Void Reanimators. And these Void Reanimators, they've even given up now. They're like, yeah, this is my life now. I'm not going to be able to reach the enemy units anymore. I'm just going to just stand here. They're not even trying to get out. So this is what defeat looks like right now for a Void Reanimator. It's just standing there. It's like I'll just pose. He's like, what is going on? Like, raises his hands, Pepe hands, and yeah. So Abathur has his first Brutalist Scout, so he's gonna be good to go. I think, yeah, the total of 600 biomass has been dropped around the map, so Abathur should be able to get out, I think, in his double Brutalist before anything else. So yeah, that's his second Brutalist Scout. I think the third Roach might be around as well somewhere. And Abathur is using his Swarm Host to be able to defend against the couple of Kaboomers that are here. So he should not have too many issues doing this, but yeah, Nova's going to jump in just to try and help. Those Kaboomers deal a little bit of extra splash damage, which makes them a little bit more difficult to handle, especially with a Just Die Mutator. It does make them a little bit more annoying, and now Abathur's Vipers are joining in again. The heroes from war have returned, the veterans, and they are like, okay, we're going to show you how it's done, and we are going to disable your army completely. And he's using a bunch of blinding clouds, or disabling clouds, to help keep his Swarm Hosts alive. Unfortunately, I think Abathur may have lost one Swarm Host there. One of those Vipers also ends up dying. But yeah, wow, there's so many Kaboomers over here. There was like 2 there that died, then there was another 2. Yeah, there's like 8 Kaboomers on this side, and there's more coming up that side. That is insane. That is a lot of Kaboomers right now. And yeah, that is actually really weird. Okay, the Brutalists have joined into the fray now, and they will be able to help Abathur hold off against the Kaboomer onslaught that is here. That's an insane number of Kaboomers that have just spawned. And that is actually kind of why Abathur kind of got overwhelmed. But these commanders should have no problems now pushing into this mission. And are these medics actually healing? Yeah, the medics are actually healing these Kaboomers. Blizz, why is Terran so OP? Finally, the rules are like, enough's enough, you guys are dying. Goodbye. And that is the end of those medics' careers as medics. And now I think these commanders are ready to go. We have... Okay, the onslaught of nukes have started. I think there are a bunch of ghosts that are going to be starting to drop their nukes. But I think Nova may have actually cleared a lot of those structures, and Nova actually did a good job in clearing. I think this little enemy base is still remaining, but one nuke should be able to take care of that. And I think Nova has picked off all the structures on the edges of the bases here. So Abathur is just going to clean up whatever is available. And we have a Bluebird Banshee that does get aggro by Missile Turret, but Nova repositions her army, and that is basically all okay. And yeah, as far Nova's nuke is probably going to be available in about 60 seconds. I can see her Hollow Decoy is available in 60. So that should be roughly when her nuke will also be available. She's just going to jump in here and pretty much just wipe out the enemy units and structures. And once she's done that, she may actually end up tactical airlifting over to clear out the remaining structures on that side. Abathur, Brutalists are over here. Swarm Host now. We're going to be moving in to just delete whatever's left of these infested structures. Over here, Abathur has Deep Tunnel across, and he's going to go and engage this hybrid, which is, I guess, okay. And Nova now 15 seconds away from her Hollow Decoy. And I think as soon as the Hollow Decoy is over, she'll be able to deal with that Deep Tunnel across here as well. Just to start cleaning out some more of these structures. And I think, yeah, Abathur is also fine here. So Swarm Host on the southern side, and they'll be slowly pushing in, and Hybrid uses its lifty move onto the Swarm Host, gives it a little bit of airtime, and gives it another bit of airtime right now. And I think that's one move may end up dying. Oh, it gets pulled back. Very nice pullback here from Abathur. And yeah, here Nova is slowly starting to try and deal with some of these structures. But unfortunately, Secret Missile onto this Banshee ends up killing off that Banshee from those Ravens, because the Ravens are really, really annoying. And these structures close to actually dying as well. So those ones are going to get cleaned up. Yeah, Nova's doing a very good amount of lifting here to try and clear the infested structures, but Abathur as well for his contributions to creating a little zoo for Nova and Abathur to look at. Very well, okay. So these structures are going to get cleared. Nova has already used her nuke right now, and I think she used her nuke in this spot to try and clear out the enemy units here. And there are a few more structures that need to be killed off, so Banshees are going to end up stepping over, just picking off structures just from the edges of the screen here, which is really nice. Well, here there are there are 3 more structures here that Abathur has not cleared, and now the barricades are going to be getting attacked by the infested units, and there's another one here as well. What is Nova going to try and do here? So she's trying to clear out these structures, which is, I guess, okay, but again, you have to be a little bit careful. There are a few many infested here that may end up getting killed off if they are not paying attention. 2 Chonkers over here. The Chonkers are going to probably end up dying to the Locust onslaught that Abathur is going to be providing for them. One of the things that the Locusts do kind of struggle with is the Kaboomers. Because the Kaboomers deal splash damage, it makes them a very, very good way of dealing with the Locusts. So Abathur does kind of struggle. But he has 2 Leviathans now added to those mix. I think those Vipers may have just been converted to Leviathan. No, they're still sitting around somewhere. Okay, they're still chilling over here, just in case bad things happen. Structures on the southern side have been cleared, and there's 1 structure here, 2 more over here, but Nova and Abathur are slowly starting to pick off these structures one by one. The Goliaths are actually aggroing these Leviathans here, and then we have Nice Worms that are spawning on the map, which is going to be, again, kind of bad, but this is the last infested structure that is here, and now the Brutalists have Deep Tunnel across as well, and they have also cleared it. But yeah, those are all the infested structures cleared on the map, with an extra structure that has been created called a little void Reanimator zoo over here. But yeah, those are all the infested structures cleared, and that is GG.